All right. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. I am out and about taking care of some business on a Monday. Unfortunately, a lot of businesses and medical stuff it's their administration day or something like that. I mean, where do they come up with this stuff? Most people, Monday through Friday, you would think, you're at work, whatever you want to do, what you want to do, and get your appointments done and stuff. If you need an administration day, why don't you just use a Saturday? Why don't you just use a Sunday? We're paying for these healthcare costs, and we need to access it. The doctor's in the office, but he's not seeing patients. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame what we let go on. But once again, somebody always calls me. But here's my thing. Thank you guys for the ones that saw my video and are shocked. And, oh my God, I didn't think about that. And this, this, right? I told you. Nothing is for free. All you liberals out there, if you guys want all this stuff and you want to support all of this illegal stuff, come out of your damn pocket. Oh, it's going to cost you money. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to support a homeless person out on the street. You don't want to do that. You won't let them in your home. But you want everybody else to pay, right? And that's pretty much what you guys are sounding like. Socialism does not work. Okay? But as people are messaging me and, telling me all this stuff, cursing me out, whatever, because I'm an inquisitive guy, I go and do my research. Now, you guys recently heard the cartel member that was killed in Mexico, and all hell is breaking loose, and they're telling all of these Americans, to shelter in place and all this other stuff. And I have to laugh. And I think I have to laugh because when I looked at it, do you know what I found out? When I did some research on it, do you guys know what I found out? There was a lot of Americans, over 1 million Americans are living in Mexico. They say about 1 million of them are illegal, right? If there's over 1 million Americans, I'm not saying there's 2 million Americans. I'm saying, there might be 1.3 million Americans living over there, or 1.2, right? According to the statistics, over 1 million of Americans are living right across the border illegally. But here's the caveat of all of that. The Mexican government knows that, right? Remember when I keep telling you guys about cultural racism within the cultures? Every culture has colorism. But the Latino culture has a racism within itself, right? Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Panama, wherever you're at, it's there, right? In the Latin culture, it is part of the Latin culture. Make the race better. In Mexico, they do not go after aggressively white, fair-skinned people, even white Americans, because they're white. They are more apt to go after brown-skinned Americans and, people that look totally different. But the white people, they don't mess with the white people. Sounds oddly familiar about how ICE does business here, doesn't it? They're stereotyping and targeting a certain group of people, but not doing the other group. So I want you to think about this. With the immigration problems we're having in the United States, they're targeting Somalis, Africans, Latinos, and all this other stuff. How many stories do you hear about them targeting European? I know some of it does go on, but I'm talking about in general. If you look white, they're not going to bother you. You can go about your business. Cosplaying, whatever. That's right here in America. So what I'm saying is, what is happening here in America is not unusual in any other country. Not saying that it's right. I'm just saying it's a procedure that is no different anywhere else. So if I'm an ICE agent and I see a white woman I don't know if she's Ukrainian. I don't know if she's French. I don't know if she's Spanish. I don't know anything. I just know she's a white woman, and that's not what I'm being targeted at. I'm going to go after the dark skin, brown skin Hispanic. I just found this out, and when I get back home, I'm going to do some more research on it. And it's funny. Those a million Americans that are living in Mexico illegally are doing the same thing that these people are doing, but the only difference is because they're Americans and they're white, they're not living off the resources of the Mexican government. They're coming across the board. Those of you guys from San Diego, you guys know there's a bunch of people that live in Tijuana and they come across the border, do their work, and they go back. No different than what a lot of the Hispanics are doing, especially here where I live. A lot of them have homes and just estates in Mexico, and they come here, they work, do what they got to do while they're building their palaces back in their home state, which they plan to go back to in retirement after they make all their money. But yeah, how many of you guys were aware of that? There's over 1 million illegal Americans living in Mexico. The only difference is they are not taking the resources from the government there and using it, to their advantage, because Mexico won't allow that. Good morning, Aja. Good to see you. So just wanted to let you guys know that I'll be talking about that a little bit later. But, when you do your research and you open your mind and you kind of just look at things for the way they are, you get a better understanding of what's going on overall. All right, you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to catch Demetra and I later on, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central on the Demetra K Show. We'll see you guys then.